What up, what up, what up, what up? What's really good, y'all? It's your boy, Aaron Bevins, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and today is day 26 of the 180K in 90-day challenge, where our objective is to generate $180,000 in closed and funded revenue in 90 days. Today's day 26, and we are currently at $230,000 in projected revenue. $40,000 is already closed and funded. At the end of this challenge, we are going to be showing you guys the HUDs so that you can see that this is the real deal, Holyfield. And here's what's exciting about this. So many of you guys have been hitting us up in our DMs talking about how you've been following for the past 25 episodes. And many of you are getting your first deals, your first contracts, your first closings. Many of you have been requesting the script, utilizing the script, and locking up deals with it. We had somebody report that they've already locked up like 5 or 6 contracts after an entire dry spell by requesting the script, utilizing the script exactly the way I'm showing here on the lives. Incredibly exciting to see. I love the fact that this is having such a large impact on the industry at large. And many of you who are following and taking inspiration, encouragement, and practical, tangible information from these lives. So very, very excited about it. Shout out to everybody who's been following over the last few weeks. We are a little over 50, almost 60 days since starting the challenge, but we are 26. This is the 26th episode, 25th episode. Yeah, this is episode 25. And so this has been such a dope journey. We have quite some time left in the challenge, and I'm excited by the end of this challenge to show y'all the HUDs so that y'all can see the actual statements, how much money has been generated. The cool thing about this, y'all, being 25 episodes in, okay, already having $230,000 in projected revenue that's locked up and contracted. The cool thing about this whole thing is that I'm only doing this less than 2 hours a day and only 25 days into making calls. So if there's any inspiration, if there's any encouragement that you get from this challenge, it's the fact that it really doesn't take the best closer. I was just talking with RJ Bates about this earlier today. We were masterminding, RJ, and Cassie. And, I was telling them, I've never claimed to be the best closer. And I've never claimed to be even that much of a skilled closer at all. So the fact that in such a short time frame, I've been able to generate this amount of projected revenue and this amount of closed and funded revenue, it really speaks to the strategy. It speaks to a few things: the quality of the leads that I'm getting, the script that I'm utilizing, and the fact that we're calling at what I consider to be one of the more strategic times. Now, just to be very, very clear, a lot of you are utilizing, or many of you are utilizing the same lead sources that I am. And I've been getting questions from the field like, Aaron, is there a difference between the leads that you're calling and the leads that I will be getting if I'm an SVA? And the answer is no. If you go back and listen to the calls, I'm getting some troll leads as well. Just a few days ago, I called somebody from SVA leads, and they said they were selling the property because it was haunted and it smelled like poop. So that person was obviously trolling. There's been dozens of calls that I've made up until now where individuals were obviously not interested. So does that mean that the quality of the leads are not good? No, there's a lead to contract ratio. And really what it comes down to is staying consistent, staying persistent. All of the leaders in this industry, all of the most successful people know that you must stick with a campaign for a minimum of 90 to 120 days to know whether or not this campaign is successful and to determine what the ROI is. There's a lot of people right now who are saying follow-up is for sissies and all this, whatever. Here's the reality. This is what the stats say. Man, I'm saying this not only from my business, but also from dozens and dozens and hundreds of members of my community that I've coached over the last 5-6 years. And on average, it takes 8 to 15 follow-ups to be able to get a contract. 80% of the business that you close, in fact, will come between follow-ups 8 and 15. What does that mean? That means be relentless about your follow-up. In fact, we no longer say the fortune is in the follow-up. We now say the fortune is in the automated, tech-enabled, relentless, scheduled follow-up. 80% of your business, that means every $100,000 you generate in your business, $80,000 of that 100K will come from contracts that you had to follow up with the seller between 8 and 15 times average. Here's another thing. Speed to lead. Getting to your lead as fast as humanly possible after it's hit your database is absolutely crucial. Here's another metric that will beget your success if you're generating leads from an inbound or outbound source. 50 to 80% offer to lead ratio. Maintain a 50 to 80% offer to lead ratio. That means if 10 leads come in, on average, you want to be making at least 5 to 8 offers within every batch of 10 leads that comes in. Why is this important? This is important because most of your competition are not making offers at all. And if they are, they're making offers on like 5 to 10% of their leads. And that sounds crazy to many people because it's like, well, if a lead comes in, don't you think it would make sense to make an offer on all of them? But what happens is that most of the leads that come in, the acquisition agent or the owner of the company, they are incredibly prejudiced and discriminating against the lead because they'll see that the Zestimate is 200,000, the seller is asking 210,000, and immediately they'll either not call the lead because they'll conclude that it's not a motivated seller, or if they do call the lead, they won't love on that lead, they won't nurture that lead, they won't take it through the entire qualification process because of their own prejudice. In other words, they'll prejudge the lead and say, well, that's not a motivated seller. That seller is not screaming motivation. And me as a coach, I'm saying stop running your business off of these preconceived fallacies and misconceptions and biases and prejudices. Run it based off of numbers and inputs. Run it based off of numbers and inputs. And what that means is your opinion and the way you view things doesn't matter. Here's what matters: the behavior, the input. Make the offer on 50 to 80% of the leads, whether you feel like they're motivated or not. If you maintain an input of 50 to 80% offer to lead ratio, especially on SVA leads or any other lead source for that matter, maintain a 50 to 80% offer to lead ratio, guess what's going to happen? The more shots you take, the more baskets go in. All right. So I'm sharing with you guys sauce from the trenches. I'm telling you, a lot of people out here, and you know what's crazy about it? A lot of the people who are prejudiced with their leads, who are biased with their leads, they're rookies in the game. So they don't even really have the keen awareness, the cognizance in business, the savviness in business to really determine what a lead is. And so they're hindering their own ability to get to success by their own misconceptions, because in their mind, they'll read the data from the lead that came in and say, well, that's not a good lead, and I'm not going to make an offer on it. That could have been a $15,000 deal. Here's one more best practice on how to get the best lead to contract ratio out of your campaigns. Start utilizing novations. Now, I don't benefit in any way from telling you to use novations. I don't have a novation course to offer you. I'm not offering you coaching right now. I have nothing to sell you. What I'm saying is, if you add novations to your arsenal of offers, I'm telling you guys, your lead to contract ratio is going to go down, which means an increase of production. Instead of being at 40 leads to a contract, you can be at 30, 20, 15. My killers in the community are at 10, 8. I have some members of the community that are running a 5-to-1 lead to contract ratio. And many of those people are utilizing novations. Now, I had somebody say the other day, well, Aaron, you know, I thought you were the wholesale guy, and now you're talking about novations a lot. I'm like, bro, novations are still wholesaling. Who is teaching people that wholesaling is only assigning contracts? Who's teaching people this? The word wholesaling in economics means to buy something low at a wholesale price and then sell it for a premium or sell it for a higher price. It's fundamental to economics. So wholesaling has nothing to do with the vehicle that's utilized to facilitate the deal. In other words, wholesaling is not synonymous with assigning contracts. Wholesaling doesn't even have to be synonymous with double closing. Wholesaling doesn't have to be synonymous with buying the property, then listing it on the MLS and selling it. Wholesaling, it doesn't have to be, it's not just novating. But the reality is if you find a deeply discounted piece of property, and then you dispose of that property in any way, shape, or form for a higher amount, you're essentially wholesaling, right? Now, if you explicitly say I'm assigning contracts, good, that's that. If you're explicitly saying I'm novating, good, that's that. If you're specifically saying I'm buying the properties and then listing them on the MLS, utilizing transactional funding, fine, that's that. However, all of it is wholesaling. And I say that to say, whenever I encourage people to utilize novations, I'm not telling you to change your entire business model. I'm encouraging you to make the pivot based on where we are in the market, because the relatively modest time, energy, and effort that you need to put in to learn how to novate a deal is far outweighed by the upside of the average novation deal and revenue and lead the contract production that you can create by learning novations. Does that make sense? I'm talking leverage. CC knows the answer to this question. How do you get rich? What's the word? Leverage. But remember we said, like, how do you get rich? And you said it the other day, you use one word. Because most people say it takes time to get rich. Fast. The way to get rich, guys, is fast. And the way to get rich fast is leverage, right? So by leveraging different arsenals and offers and offer types, you're able to make a lot of money in a relatively short amount of time. Anybody who says that getting rich fast has to be a scheme, or getting rich fast there must be something that is scammy or illegal or unethical about it, they don't understand how to get rich. You have to get rich fast. You have to. All right, and we can save that for another episode. My brother Tezar birthday. Let him know, family. Let them know. You already know. Martacia says very true and will sometimes fumble due to prejudgment. By the way, major shout out to Martacia for locking up a $30,000 deal today, becoming one of our VIP members in our team. Y'all are gonna hear about Martacia. Martacia Winston is somebody who's going to be doing massive, major, incredible things in our business, and I'm incredibly excited about it. Shout out everybody on IG. Shout out everybody on Facebook. Shout out YouTube, Twitch. I love to see it. Tayani says she has 3 more pending today. That's crazy. Martacia is not playing. All right, guys, y'all know the name of the game. The reason why we're here. Oh, snap. Martacia got a contract yesterday. 3 contracts today. Stop playing with the GCB squad, fam. Stop playing. All right, y'all know why we're here. We're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is for us to lock up contracts, negotiate with sellers, make dials, and that is exactly what we tend to do. If you know anybody who can benefit from this, please share this out, tag them on here, drop some fire emojis in the comment section, because we don't charge for this. We do this for free so that we can give as much value to reach as many people as humanly possible, to show them that it is possible. We're doing it live because you cannot fake the funk live, right? We're giving you guys a masterclass on closing. a masterclass on how to run this business. You're seeing me make mistakes live. You're seeing me fumble the ball live. You're also seeing me, rock it live and make it happen, right? Because a lot of people out here teaching theory. A lot of people out here talking about hypotheses. We're actually doing the science right in front of you. All right. So with that said, let's get to it right after this intro.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. I did. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the school, baby, tell the facts. Don't be shy.
What up? What up? All right, y'all. Let's make this thing happen. What's up, Brandis? What's up, Kiki? All right, y'all. We're not sparing no time. We're getting right into these dials today. Right into these dials, family. All right. Hey, Tez had me dying yesterday. You know what? Today's actually day 27. Today's day 27, y'all. I lied. I was saying day 25. Leo just corrected me right now. All right, I'm getting into this first dial. I got my CRM up. Okay, Tiani says your mic is going in and out.
Hello.
Hey, Marilyn.
Hi, yes, this is Marilyn.
Hey, Marilyn, this is Aaron. I was calling about your property there on Loch Lomond Trail.
Yes.
You had spoke to one of my agents about it, and I just wanted to call and introduce myself because I'll be the one making you an offer if you had a couple minutes to talk.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Awesome. Okay. Well, just to kind of give you an idea on how these calls normally go, Marilyn is I'll have a couple questions for you about the property since we are looking to buy it, and you might have some questions for me too, especially if we're going to do business together. And if it seems like we're a good fit and we agree on price, then usually I'll draw up a purchase agreement for us to review together before moving forward. Is that fair?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, promise. And I won't waste your time. I'll be very brief here. As I'm pulling up the file right now, I am seeing that this is a zip code that we like. What makes you want to sell the property?
Well, at this point, I'm looking at listing some of my the real estate that I have, and that's why I'm interested in what your offer is all.
Got you. It sounds like you have multiple pieces of real estate.
Correct.
Are you selling multiple, or are you just selling this one for right now?
I'm selling. I have one that I presently have under an agent,
Mm-hmm.
a real estate broker. And then that one on Loch Lomond that I'm just entertaining. I'm just interested in what your offer is there.
Got you. Now let's say that we did agree on price and whatnot for this Loch Lomond property. How soon would you be ready to move forward on it?
I could move forward probably as far as having the property ready for you to occupy. Is that what you mean?
Well, when I say
move forward as far as brokering a deal.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I meant. Selling it to me. Like how soon would you be ready to move forward with the paperwork? Because normally the closing is between 2 and 4 weeks.
Right. I'm thinking probably it's going to be about a month.
Okay.
I'd say anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay. And so what's the reason for that? Why the delay? Why couldn't we move forward now? Is there like a tenant in there, or you would just need time to think about it, or what accounts for that?
No, I would just. Well, it depends. I mean, if you have a team ready to just that could, write as far as drop the paperwork, sure, we could do it. I'd say within 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks in that case.
Got
starting
it.
now. within 2 weeks. Yes.
So are you saying that you'd be willing to move forward with the paperwork now so that we could close in the next 2 to 4 weeks? Or you're saying start the process in 2 weeks?
If the price is right, sure, we could close.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and I just wanted to get an idea so I know. So so it does look like that it is rented right now, correct?
No, at this point, it's empty.
Okay. Oh, okay. Understood.
Uh-huh.
Understood. Okay. And regarding the condition of the property, I don't need a whole seller's disclosure or anything like that. But um, can you just give me an idea? Like whenever I purchase it, am I going to need to make any major structural repairs to the roof or foundation or HVAC or anything like that?
No, the HVAC is fine. Everything is good. Everything is HVAC, water heater. The water heater is new. The HVAC, I think, is probably honestly about 12 years old.
Okay.
It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house, typical ranch on a basement.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. And is the basement finished?
No, no, it was finished, but I tore the walls up because I was looking to actually, um, it was more of an entertainment basement, right? And I was looking to make it more, have some bedrooms in there and put a bath down there.
Okay. Okay. Completely
Mhm.
So it's not finished as of right now, correct?
No, at this point it's studs. I would have to put back up the sheetrock and so forth.
Okay, no problem. No problem at all. What did you plan on doing with the property? Did you plan on renting it out?
Actually, no, honestly, at this point I was looking at moving back into it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And that's why I was going to, if I move back into it, I'll be finishing the basement and, putting a couple of bedrooms downstairs and just making it more of a living space than a strict entertainment
Mm.
area.
Okay, understood. Understood. And just so you have an idea on how we operate, Miss Marilyn, we typically buy properties in as-is condition, and
Mhm.
we pay all the closing costs, so you don't have to worry about that. Working with me, unless you wanted to, you don't have to worry about any realtor fees or commissions or anything like that. And so, for an offer like that, what price range did you need to be in if I can just make this the easiest transaction ever?
Um, Honestly, I'm looking probably at about 320, about 320K.
320.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. And are you flexible on that number at all if I can come in and show you proof of funds and you can see that we're the real deal?
Um, I consider it. I consider it.
Okay. Okay. And by the way, maybe we don't even need to, go lower than that. I need to run my numbers right now. I just kind of wanted to see your level of flexibility there. And the last question I have, because I'm about to run numbers as I promised, I'm going to get you an offer now. Is there anyone who you think is going to have a strong opinion on what you decide to do, or has a vested interest that we need to consult, or are you the sole decision maker?
No, I would be it.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Okay, awesome. Well, Marilyn, it looks like I have all the information I need in order to see if the property qualifies for what we're looking
Okay.
for. Let me just place you on a brief hold and see if I can get you a cash approval, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, one moment. Okay, let's go ahead and run these numbers one time for the one time. All right, so 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,700 square foot property. I'm pulling up my prop stream right now. This property is in Atlanta. It's in Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. All right. So I'm gonna walk y'all through my underwriting process as I run these numbers. Now, while I do this, in speaking and being a coach in this space, also in running a wholesaling business where I've coached hundreds of people, dozens of people in my wholesaling business throughout the years. Um, one of the biggest fears that most people have is placing people on hold and then panicking whenever they are like running the numbers because they're like, oh, I don't want the person to, get upset because, I placed them on hold. And it's like, you're overthinking it. Okay, here's what I'm seeing, guys. Similar properties. By the way, our property is built in 1960. All the comps that I'm seeing in the area are also selling are also within the 1960s. Ours is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1694 square feet. I see a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1421 square foot right around the block that's sold for $459. I see another one right around the block that sold for $430. Okay, the one that sold, there's another one that sold for $295, and that one is 1,700 square feet, so it's the same square footage as ours, but it looks like it needs cosmetic rehab. Let me ask her one more question. Hey, Marilyn, one more question.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Before I finalize the numbers, the cosmetically speaking, when I walk into the property, will it need cosmetic updates, or does it look like it just walked out of a 2024 HGTV rehab?
No. It's going to need some updating.
Updating such as what? Like floors and paint?
I would say no, as far as it's not an HGTV home. It is, I'd say, as far as painting's been done. The flooring, I'm just stripping it down to the wooden floors, and I'll have those. Those are going to be natural. I'm having those stripped and having those stained in a natural stain, and it is not an open concept.
Okay.
It's your typical, it's your typical older ranch homes.
Got it.
Nothing's fair. No walls have been taken down.
Mm-hmm.
None of that structurally. I haven't made any changes there yet because I really haven't completed my thought process a little bit.
Understood. I completely understand where you're coming from. Okay. Let me just take this information and I'm going to be right back. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. Okay. So this is going to be a true cosmetic rehab. I'm looking at the one that sold for $468. It's a similar type house. It sold 5 months ago, so it's a little past, but I mean, that's the most recent sold, and it sold for $468. I'm going to say as is value for this one because of the size. The one that has sold for $468 is significantly smaller than ours, probably by a little over 200 and something square feet. So I'm going to say, I mean, bro, all day and night, this novation, look, the smaller property, the smaller property, remember, ours is a 1,700 square foot. This comparable property is 1,421 square foot. Same year built. It sold in 74 days for $459,000. I'm gonna say ours all day and night can sell for about, bro, $390 as is, bro. It's cosmetic. Because the other one that sold for $290, it's significant. Well, it is bigger, but it's on a much smaller lot. It's honestly kind of busted. So this is a dope neighborhood. So I'm gonna say as an ovation, we could sell this for $390. If we take 10% off, $390 minus 10%, $39,000, $351. Bro, as a novation, I see this moving. I see this moving all day and night and twice on Sunday for I see this moving for 390. Let's be even more conservative and say 380. Minus 38,000. Bro, 342,000 net sales price on this property. She wants 320. I'm going to ask her if we can get it a little bit lower just to be more conservative. Okay, she wants 320. I'm going to see if I can get her at 305. Hey, Marilyn, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I have good news. So it looks like on this property, we have a cash approval, and then we also have an equity protection program. So the cash approval means that we can make this a super easy peasy transaction, and we could be at easily, let me just make sure my numbers are right here. I'm just double checking this. For the cash approval, cash means speed, and that means we can send you proof of funds. We could be at $300,000 cash, and we can be closing within 2 weeks. 4 weeks max if we have like little title issues, because as you know, we have to do a title search. We don't do anything under the table. Everything we do is compliant, and we have an insurance policy on all of our transactions. So we could make this the easiest transaction and be at 300,000 if that's something that you would be willing to work with us on.
Okay, let me think on that tonight.
Okay.
And I'll get back with you tomorrow with an answer.
Okay, completely understood. Completely understood. And I do know that you would need. It sounds like you need time to think about it, just so that I'm on the same page and I can have something to take back to my team. What is it that you need to think about? Is it the price? Is it whether or not you want to sell, or?
It's going to be the price. If the price is going to be fitting. So that's why I said let me go ahead and crunch some numbers, and I'll be ready for you tomorrow with an answer.
Got it. And I'd be remiss if I didn't at least ask you, is there a price, since price is the biggest challenge, is there a price that you would be willing to say yes to today?
At this point, I don't know. That's why I'm saying let me go ahead and crunch, and because I need to check the comps again and make sure that I'm in line with the comps, as of now. And I'll have something. I'll know for sure tomorrow.
Got you. So just to be clear, no matter what I said in terms of a number, the answer is, hey, I need to think about it until tomorrow.
Exactly.
Understood.
I gotta perform my due diligence.
Sure. Completely understood. And the last question I have for you, because I know it's a little bit later, and I'm just grateful that you're on the phone with me at all. Normally, by this point in the conversation, Marilyn, most of the people that I work with and purchase their homes, they know whether or not they want to do business with me. Do you think that you do want to do business, or do you think the answer is really just no? I promise you're not going to hurt my feelings. I just want to know whether or not I'm barking up the wrong tree.
It honestly depends on, it's about the price. It's about the money.
Got you.
So whatever I come up with tonight will tell me for certain.
Got you. And would it be okay if I called you around this time tomorrow, like around 7:30 your time tomorrow?
That'll be fine. That should be fine.
Awesome. Marilyn, you've been so kind. I really appreciate you having this conversation with me, and I look forward to talking with you tomorrow.
Okay, same here.
All right.
Take good care.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.
Bye.
What do y'all think about that? Give me feedback in the comments section. What do you think I could have done better? Is there a question that you would have asked? Is there maybe a different approach that you would have taken? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section. Martasia says, Look at the way Aaron sets up the call. He allows the seller to do most of the talking, making the perfect segue to get all the information that you need and then some. You already know the vibes. You already know. Lawrence said, "You're killing it, bro. I appreciate that." The CEO on YouTube says the day 1 million never stopping. You already know. Shout out Leo in the building. Tiani says your mic is going in and out every so often. Chase Squire says, "What's going on, bro? Good energy. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. We really do this. Come on, man. You already know the vibes." All right. Let me log this in my CRM and make a note to follow up with her tomorrow on tomorrow's live. So talked to seller. Hey, how dope is it though that she said that she wanted 320,000. I offered her 300,000. She didn't say no. Now she did say the biggest issue that she has, why the answer is a maybe right now, let me think about it, is price. But then I hit her with we got to flush out the maybe. And I hit her with normally by this time in the conversation, most sellers know whether or not they're going to do business with me. Is the answer really just no? Or do you feel like, or is the answer really just no? I promise you're not going to hurt my feelings. Or do you feel like you do want to do business with me? And she seemed pretty adamant about, no, I need to do my due diligence, like follow up with me tomorrow. So I feel good about that. I feel really good about that. Cece says, I think it's when he raises his voice that it goes in and out. Is it still going in and out, y'all? Can you let me know? If so, yeah, I think that because the mic is so sensitive that it might be popping whenever I go in and out. Chase Squire says, I need some sub 2 buyers. I got you, bro. You need sub 2 buyers? Hit me up in my DMs. Okay, I don't think it's going in and out anymore. The real Hong Kong. Toya, I see you on IG. Toya, I got good news for you. I'm going to be hitting you up today. Also, I got your message yesterday, so I'll be hitting you up, LaToya. All right. Chase says, I'm going to DM you after this. Let's JV. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, let me update this. Talk to seller and offered 320. Can you check, please? Thank you. Ahmed said, let's get started. Our JV is also live. We're ready to go. Beautiful, beautiful. Ahmed, can you do me a favor and post the JV link? Post the JV link in the comment section. That way we could get to it. All right. Always update your CRM, y'all. I'm updating my CRM right now. Talk to seller, offered 320. I'm sorry, offered 300. Can offer significantly more as an novation. Seller asked me to follow up with her tomorrow. Okay, if you were on yesterday's live, by the way, if you want to JV with me, if you have a deal that you want to JV with me and my team, we are currently facilitating a handful of JVs where we're paying out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to our JV partners. And so go to justicejv.com. My brother Ahmed set up this JV portal for us to streamline our JVs so that we can help you guys, because we know that many of you are wanting to do business with us. You need help selling the deals. And let me tell y'all, right now we have resources to sell your deals. If your deals are sellable, we have the resources. We have the manpower in my company to be able to JV your deal, and JV deals at scale, at an unprecedented level, for us at least, at a high level. So I'm really, really excited about that. So go to justicejv.com, follow the instructions, submit your JV deals, and let's make some money. Let's make some money. Okay, guys. If you were on yesterday's live, then you saw that me and my brother Tezar Bertha had made calls together. Tez got a potential verbal agreement, and I got a verbal agreement. Thank you so much, baby. I got a verbal agreement as well, and on that verbal agreement, I actually was about to get the contract signed. Excuse me, y'all. I was about to get the contract signed, and the seller was ready to move forward, but my e-signature wasn't working. And so I followed up with her after the live. She said, "Hey, it's a little bit late. Can you call me tomorrow around this time?" And I said, "Absolutely." Rick DeJesus says, "What's the JV split?" It's negotiable. Typically, I like to keep it 50-50 just for it to be very clear cut and simple. We do all of the transaction coordination because we own a transaction coordinating company. We do all of the disposition. We facilitate most of the deal, and so we do feel like 50-50 is fair. However, if for some reason you don't feel like that's fair, then it's negotiable. So all things are negotiable, and we really want our JV partners to win. We're here to serve. We're here to, as a whole, our organization is here to make sure that people are successful. So it's open, Rick, but typically it's 50-50. So let me go ahead and call our seller from yesterday. And let's see if we can get this contract. I also wanted to apologize to everybody for a couple days ago while I'm looking for this seller. I wanted to apologize for a couple days ago because a couple days ago I got a verbal agreement, and after 30 minutes of going live, I told everybody I was tired, and I left the live. And I felt bad afterward because I'm like, I don't feel like that was a good example. Because the reality is I have committed to going live for a longer period of time. I know many people watch these episodes so that they can benefit. And just because I was tired, I ended the live early because I had gotten a verbal agreement. I ended up getting that contract with that older gentleman. And I felt bad afterward because I'm like, I don't know. I felt like my attitude wasn't the best on that day. And I'm like, if I'm going to be a leader in the space, I need to, have higher standards. So wanted to apologize to everybody for that. All right. I am pulling up this lead from yesterday. What was her name? Oh, what was this seller's name? Dorian. All right. I'm about to call the seller right now from yesterday, see if we can lock up this contract.
I thought it was mine or something.
It's Lena and Dorian. Mm. Sarah says, "Is that the fastest way to get a hold of you for a JV?" Sarah, actually, what I was going to do is send you that portal for the JV. So yes, it is. Because what will end up happening is me and my team will underwrite it, and then we'll immediately begin dispo.
Please leave your message.
Now, in your case, Sarah, because the deal is in South Carolina, we're going to have a different process about how we go about dispoing the deal. We're going to have to raise the private capital to close on the deal and then list it on the MLS. Now, because the deal is so sexy, I don't see us having too much of an issue to be able to pitch this deal in front of our private money lenders. But I'm really excited about that. But Sarah, what I would recommend is that deal that you have, just so that we can keep it streamlined, submit it to justicejv.com to do a JV deal with us. Me and my team will underwrite, facilitate that deal for you, and we can get that bad boy closed. I'm actually really excited. Shout out to Sarah, guys. She's only been in the community, in our superhuman community, for I want to say like a month now or so. She's been taking action. She's keeping her ears to the ground. She saw a great opportunity, and now she has a potential $20,000 to $30,000 assignment fee gross that she's working on, and she's looking to JV with me and my team. We helped her underwrite the deal to validate her numbers, and she got it contracted a few days later. We were so excited about her and underwriting this deal that while we were in our community call, I was like, Sarah, if you get this locked up, if you get this contract locked up before the end of the call, I will cash app you $50 right now. The whole community went crazy. It was super dope. All right, let me call this seller back right now because she didn't answer. And if she doesn't answer, then I'm going to triple tap her. Cherry on top, that's a go, yeah. Where you been? I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah.
Please leave your message for
Lena Holmes.
Come on, Lena. See, this is why you got to get the contract on the first call, man. Because you be calling the sellers back and they don't answer. But you know what? We gonna call her again. If there's any advice I can share with new entrepreneurs, salespeople, 1099s, there's any advice I can share is feel the fear and do it anyway. I know that you've probably heard that before, but like, are you doing it? Like, feel the fear and do it anyway. And it's okay to be like scared. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. That doesn't make you a punk to be scared and nervous. What makes you a punk is if you're scared or nervous and then don't do it because you're scared or nervous. All right, I'm gonna leave a message right now. Hey, Lena, it's Aaron. We had spoke yesterday about the property there in St. Louis that you have. And I sent over the purchase agreement for you. I just wanted to see if you had a couple minutes to review it together and go over some of the details. So I hope all is well. I hope your husband is doing well as also. And yeah, I'll be on standby for your call. If not, I'll call you back in just a little bit since I promised I would call back today. I hope all is well, and let's talk soon. Bye. I feel like I said I hope all is well like 3 times. RR Gorina says, LFG, get that money. You already know the vibes. High Life Kino says, to be fair, you gave a ton of value that day. All good. We love you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, brethren. Always showing love. My brother Danis is going to be on Entrepreneur Music Part 2. He's featured on the track Fresh Prince. In my opinion, he has the better verse. I feel like every song that I do with someone else, the other person always has the better verse than me. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that like I'm only good on music until somebody else gets on music with me, or if it means that I just have really great taste in choosing people to be featured on my music, or both. But yeah, my man went crazy on Fresh Prince. Dana says on IG, he's like, thanks, bro, but I feel like your verse is better. Nah, not at all, bro. Legit. Hey, you know what's crazy, Dana? Whenever I listen to our joint, like I'll be vibing with my verse. But bro, when your verse comes on, I start singing. I'm not even exaggerating. Your verse comes on and I start singing, bro. I start vibing. Tayani says, surrounded by only the great. Tayani, where's our question of the day? All right, I'm going on to my next lead, y'all. What I'll do is right before we wrap up today's live, I'll call Lena back to see if we can get that contract. And in the meantime, I'll continue making dials. Greatest story ever told, yeah. How was y'all's day? Talk to me. Engage with me. Ask me stuff, guys. Talk to me. What do you want to know about real estate, about life, about business? Or tell me what's going on in your day. Because sometimes I be here just like talking to my own face. Okay, Tayani says, marry. Okay, here's the question of the day: marry for love and be poor, or marry for riches and be unhappy? Dang. But you got to be married. You can't stay single. Bro, that's crazy. What do y'all choose? So, okay, let me just understand this scenario first, Tayani. Are you saying marry for love and you're poor in the beginning, but you have the opportunity to make money, or are you saying marry for love and you stay poor, or marry for riches and be unhappy? Like, which one are you saying? Because I feel like depending on that is gonna determine my response. Oh, you gotta stay poor. You gotta stay poor. I'll let CC answer this first.
She asked you.
No, she asked us. She asked us, CC. So you answer first. You answer first, CC.
So she said you have to stay poor the whole time?
So yeah, if you so like the scenario is not marry for love and start off poor. The scenario is marry for love and stay poor, or marry for riches and be unhappy. Which one do you choose?
I'll do the marry for love and stay poor.
Are you just saying that?
No, because we would have kids and then put everything in the kids. We just build the kids up.
Yeah, there's always a loophole with CC. Like CC is like the loophole queen, bro. Hey, let me show you how much of a loophole queen CC is. Y'all see what kind of water I'm drinking right now? Do y'all? Hey,
Wow.
hey, y'all see what kind of water I'm drinking right now? CC, explain to the world why I'm drinking baby purified water.
The regular gallons of distilled water or drinking water are like 3 times the amount as baby water.
So CC calls us anytime she puts in our HEB order or our order for the week for food and groceries. She's like, oh, she calls these the loophole gallons.
Because they're only $1.
Because they're only $1. And let me just say this: while Cece and I are in our frugal season right now, we're not out here flexing yet. Like she still be operating on that like frugal, like food stamp mentality.
Yeah, we love bargains, we love discounts, we love all the loopholes.
And let me tell you, I'm not mad at it. Shout out CC, y'all. But yeah, if there's anybody who can find a loophole, boy, let me tell you, it's CC. Okay, I'm gonna say this is all jokes aside. All right. Question of the day is marry for love and be poor or marry for riches and be unhappy. Now this is assuming, Tayani, that you're gonna marry for love and be happy, right? So I'm gonna say marry for love and be poor. 100%. 100% all day long, because bro, like in the end, what we really want is not money. Like, think about it. Imagine having all the money in the world and being alone.
Yeah, you find the right type of love, you feel rich.
And you feel rich, boy. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. That is real talk. Like, I believe emotional and spiritual currency far outweigh monetary currency. And I'm not just saying that on some like saying that for the camera type stuff, like for real, for real. I've never like, even though like I love money as a sport and I love business as a sport, and for living a big life and experiences and being a provider, like I love it. I love it so much. Um I want it all, right? Like I personally, I want love, I want happiness, I want a good body, I want a big life, I want lots of money, I want to be a provider, I want all of it. But in the end, yeah, I would marry for love and be poor. But I do have a loophole though. What if you married for love? What if you married for riches? Okay. What if you married for riches and then divorced them? I know God doesn't like a divorce. God does not like a divorce, but I'm just throwing it out there, you know what I'm saying?
Work for Jeff Bezos.
Hey, well, it worked for his wife.
Yeah.
She got 50% of that joint. 50%, can you imagine? Rick DeJesus says, we appreciate you and your staff for doing this challenge. This is a big help to the real estate investing community. Also, where can I download that song in your intro? It's not available. It's not available anywhere right now. But let me ask my producer if we can get it, and I can send it to you. Rick, if you want, send me a DM, and I can send you the song. I'll just send you the one-off song because it's not anywhere. It's not online. It's so funny. Somebody else, my team was just telling me today that they like that song. Fun fact about the intro song in on my shows. Fun fact about it. That song was written for and about my barber, Cherry the Goat. And that's why the lyrics say cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been? I want to know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. That song is literally about Cherry the Goat. The greatest barber of all times, what you saying? If anybody knows Cherry, tag her on this live. Tag Cherry the Goat. Cherry the barber. All right, on to the next lead. I'm doing way too much talking. Not enough calling. Cherry on top, that's a go, yeah. Where you been? I wanna know, yeah. Put your comments, put your answers in the comments section. I want to know: would you rather marry for love and be happy, or marry for riches and be unhappy? Let me know. Let me know. Where you been? I wanna know, yeah. I'm pulling up my next lead, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. How about this? How about this question? While y'all are answering the first one.
Hello.
Hey, is Jacob there?
Can I tell him who's calling?
Yes, this is Aaron.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Thank you.
Did you want to talk to me about the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're actually at my son's soccer game, so
Got
right
it.
now it's not a good time.
Thank you so much for telling me that, and I hope all goes well with the game. When would be the best time for me to call back?
Just call me back anytime tomorrow.
Okay, will do. All right, good luck on the game.
Bye.
Bye. She didn't even say thank you. Tayani said, love him a long time. I don't need love. That's crazy, Tayani. Oh my God. That's crazy. By the way, Tayani, I don't judge you, girl. Get it how you live. Get it how you live. I do not judge you. Tayani says, can you be happy and poor? Absolutely. The Bible says, better is better is a piece of bread, and what does it say? Better is a piece of bread and peace and a peaceful household than a slaughtered bull and strife and contention. In other words, it's better to have a little bit in a house. Look, let me put it to you like this. Imagine you're poor, okay? In the sense of you can't go out and get the vehicles you want. You can't go get the clothes you want. You can't just go on any vacations you want. But imagine that you had your family together. They were safe. Everybody's eating around the table. You're not even eating the most extravagant food, but everybody's around the table laughing, joking, teasing each other, having a good time. Are you thinking about about money at that time? Or even if everybody's around the table and they're sad together and crying together and mourning together, but at least they're together, right? And then imagine on the other hand, imagine you live in the most beautiful house, you know, all the vehicles you want. Nobody eats together. Everybody's on their cell phones. Nobody even talks to one another. Actually, nobody in the household really likes each other. They talk to each other rude and disrespectfully. You know, they're spiteful and vindictive towards one another. You have that feeling of shallow breath and anxiety every time you walk past somebody in the hallway. You don't even know the people in your household. You have all the same people in the household, but you feel lonelier than ever. Does that sound happy to you? There's that old saying that says, I'd rather cry in a Mercedes than in a Pinto. And I agree. I agree. But that's if you're experiencing the same emotions. Okay, yeah, it's better to experience them being rich. But if we're talking about whether or not if we're talking about whether we'd be happy and poor, or poor and or unhappy and rich, bro, I'd rather be happy and poor, bro. Stop playing. Cause I feel like I've experienced both sides. Maybe only like on the rich side, maybe only to an extent, but I still know what it feels like to have six figures, multiple six figures in the bank account. I know what it's like to clear 7 million in a year. I know what it feels like not to have to stress about money. And I've been on the other side where like I've overdrafted all of my accounts and don't have anything. Um, and I'll be honest with y'all, like me personally, I'm just as confident and fun and excitable whenever I don't have money as I am with money. And that's real talk. I'm not saying that I'm gonna stay there, but I would never be content if I lost all my money. but like I'm not gonna walk around moping for sure. But that's my perspective, by the way. That's just my perspective. All right, on to the next lead. Now, with that said, I'm definitely not accepting poverty for sure. Tayani says, I don't.
Hello?
Hey, Milwin.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Aaron. You had spoke to one of my agents about the property on Walter Ave.
On where?
The property on Walter Avenue?
That was me.
Oh, okay, okay. Are you the owner of the Walter Avenue property?
No.
Oh, okay. I apologize about that. Do you happen to have any property you might be interested in selling?
Call me back in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay, got you. So you might have some. So call you back in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, but just to be clear, and it sounds like you got to go, so I won't keep you much longer. But just to be clear, you're saying you're not the owner of Walter Avenue, correct?
No.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not the owner.
Okay, understood. Okay, hey, but you are Milwin, correct?
Okay.
Are you Mr. Johnson? Are you Mr. Johnson? I just want to know who I'm calling back in a couple weeks.
No.
What's your name? My name is Aaron.
Okay. Yeah. Spoke to you about a different property, but I can't talk right now.
No problem. This is Mr. Johnson, though.
No.
Who is this? I just want to save your information. What's your name? Dang it! I knew he was gonna hang up on me.
Mhm.
I bet you he was pulling his pants down. Like he was in the middle of pulling his pants down.
What?
That's just the kind of urgency that he had. It was like that nervous urgency. Like I can't talk now. That's just where my mind goes. All right, let me update my CRM. You're going to hear me say this probably 1,000 more times between now and the end of this challenge, y'all. And that is, make sure to always update your CRM. Always update the details in your CRM. I'm telling you, it's going to save your life in this business. You are not going to remember all the details. Call. Seller has 2 properties. He's interested in selling. Doesn't know about. Oh, isn't the owner for Walter Avenue though. Said call back. So in this situation, y'all, I'm gonna set the follow-up for tomorrow. And the reason why is because I didn't gather the information that I need to complete my notes. And so what I'm gonna do when I call him back tomorrow, I'm just gonna let him know. I just want to confirm and make sure that I'm calling the right person. Is this Mr. Johnson or not? I need to know. DB on YouTube says, what CRM do you use? I use Podio, bro. Okay, Tiani says, I've been poor, struggling. How can you be happy with that stress? I think stress is a choice, though. That's real talk. Like stress, it literally is a choice. Stress is not external. And stress isn't dependent on external circumstances. You know, stress is internal. I know people who have anxiety when things are going great because they know. I know people who life can be going great and they're still anxious, and you ask them, why are you anxious? And they're like, because I know this happiness and this joy and this peace can only last for so long. It's like, what? They're like waiting for the bad news. Imagine living like that. And then they're stressed when the bad thing does happen. And that's a horrible way to live, because I love what Brian Tracy says about life. He says, life is nothing more than a series of negative occurrences interrupted only by the occasional crisis. Right? So imagine living in a state where it's like you're just always anxious. So my point is, stress doesn't really have is not really correlated with poor. I think stress is an internal thing. Because even if you're rich, most rich people went broke multiple times on the way to being rich. Tanny says, but I'm also very passionate. Imagine hating your spouse. Bruh. No comment. They take all your money and leave you poor. Now you're alone and poor. Good Lord. Sarah Kenny says, is priority title virtual closing? I want to say it is a virtual closing. Tiani says, I don't need to be rich, but can your girl be financially secure and in love, but not poor? Tiani, you can have whatever you want in this life. Whatever standard you set up, it is yours, my friend. It is yours. And that's real talk. I'm not just saying that because I like you. But that's real talk.
Hello.
Hey, Antoine.
Yes.
Hey, this is Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey there. You had spoke to one of my agents about the property on Cato Ave, and I just wanted to call and introduce myself because I'll be the one that's making you an offer if you had a couple minutes to talk.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'll be really brief. Normally these calls only last a few minutes. And yeah, normally how they go is I'll have a couple questions for you about the property. And you might have some questions for me too, especially since you don't know me. And if we're going to do business, you ought to know how we operate. And typically, if it makes sense for us to move forward, normally I'll draw up a purchase agreement. That way we can review it together and see if it makes sense. Is that fair?
Yeah, let's talk numbers.
Okay, awesome. Like I said, I'll definitely have numbers for you before we hop off this call, and it'll be brief. I just had a couple questions for you about the property.
Shoot.
So first thing is, and I didn't have it here in my notes. Is it vacant or is it rented?
Tenant occupied.
Heck yeah. Okay, cool. And is the tenant on a lease or month to month? What does that look like?
Month to month.
Okay, awesome. Now, sometimes whenever we purchase properties with tenants in them, if it's a good rental rate, then we'll just leave them in there. Sometimes we'll do a cash for keys program where to offset the inconvenience, we might buy them out early and help them find another place. How much are they paying in rent right now per month?
$875.
Okay. I feel like that's a super reasonable rental rate in this area.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Very cool. And whenever I purchase the property, am I going to need to make any repairs to the structural items like roof, foundation, HVAC, or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay, beautiful. I kind of thought so. I was looking at it on Google Earth, and it looks pretty good. Beautiful. And how soon would you be ready to move forward if you and I do agree on price?
ASAP.
I love it. Cool.
Yeah.
And are you the only decision maker, or is there somebody else we should consult? I just don't want to step on any toes here.
No, it's me.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, Antoine, I think I have all the information I need. I promised you this call would be brief. Let me just place you on a brief hold and see if I can get this one qualified for a cash offer, and I'm going to be right back.
All right.
All right, one moment. All right. Let's run the numbers on this bad boy and see what we're talking about. So what we have here is I didn't even ask him why he's selling. I'll get that from him right now. I didn't even get his offer. Cherry on top, that's a go, yeah. Hey, Antoine.
Yes.
I'm taking a look at all of the numbers in this area, in this neighborhood, and they are literally all over the place. If we could send you proof of funds and we can dot all our I's, cross all our T's, what price range did you need to be in if we can just make this the easiest transaction ever?
95.
Okay, got you. And are you flexible on that at all? If I can come in and just make this super convenient for you, and you don't have to pay any realtor costs or any of the closing costs?
Yeah, let's see what number you got.
Okay, all right. Let me just run my number. I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on that because I'm seeing a lot here. But okay, I'll be right back. One moment. Okay. All right. So our property is a 2-bed, 1-bath, 698 square foot property built in 1950. I see one that sold for 110 that looks like it was in pretty good condition. I see one that sold for 100 in pretty good condition. I see another one that had a 742 same year built 2-1 that sold for 115 in pretty good condition. So I'm gonna say that our average price here is like 110. Minus 10% is 11,000. Bro, I could be at 99. Bro, this is why novations are so cold. Well, it's only a 4,000 split. Let me come back and hit him at 85 and see if he can work with me. But if not, like his number does work. I just don't want to. Let's see if we can negotiate here. Hey, Antoine?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have good news. I was able to get a cash approval here. It looks like like I said, we can pay all of the closing costs. There's no realtor fees at all. And I can send you proof of funds as well so you know the real deal. And we could be at $85,000 cash if you're willing to work with us on that. And I don't mind handling the tenant situation and like just taking over the entire situation, just to make it as easy as possible for you.
If you go 90, we got a deal.
90K?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you be willing to pay the closing costs if we did 90?
I would not be willing to do that.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me see what I can do. I don't want to make a decision and then I'm having to retract on my word. Bear with me one moment. Let me see if I can make something happen here. All right. We got him down 5K, y'all. This is like a $10,000 deal if we get him at 90. Should we take it? Yes or no? Put it in the comment section. Put a fire in the emoji in the comment section if we should take it. Tayani says 90 is tight. Okay, but it's a deal. Juan says yes. Just like that. Take it. All right. Hey, Antoine?
Yeah.
If we could agree on 90, would you be prepared to review the purchase agreement with me right now? That way we could see if this makes sense.
What does that entail?
Probably like 8 minutes of just reviewing the paperwork. I would send it to your email right now. That way we could review it. It would have the purchase price, the address, the legal description, the closing time, and the title company, and then the details for the earnest money deposit that we'll be dropping, so that you know that we're serious and everything is above the table.
Send it over.
Okay, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tell my team we're agreeing at 90,000. And typically, just to kind of give you an idea, we close within 30 days or so. Now, because this is a little bit higher than where we would normally be, I'm gonna put the closing for 60 days. Now, that doesn't mean
No, that's too long. 60 is just way too long.
well, it doesn't mean that we need 60 days to close on the property. It just gives us enough cushion. Now, what I would do, if this is something that you could work with, I will put on the agreement that we could put a $2,500 non-refundable earnest money deposit, so you know that we're not wasting your time. But we usually put 60 days or so if we're going above our normal asking price, because that's more money that we need to come up with in order to close by that time.
It's only a few. It's only a few dollars. No, that's 60 days is a deal breaker. I'm not tying up my property for 60 days.
Okay, even if we had a non-refundable EMD.
Even if you had non-refundable EMD, yes.
Okay.
I mean, we're not talking about tens of thousands of dollars. We're only talking about a few more dollars extra.
5,000 is a lot of money.
Not in real estate. Not in real estate. No, it's not.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and I don't want to lose a deal over 5K. And really, it's not the 5K that's the biggest challenge. This is typically what my transaction coordination team requests. But I don't want to lose a deal over a time frame situation either. Even though that it might be a little bit tight, I'm willing to work with you. What's the best email to send this over to?
MOSS.
Okay, beautiful. Let me go ahead and draw this up right now, and I'm going to come right back. That way we can review it together.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir. One moment. All right. Rick DeJesus says, hit him at 87. Tell him you'll meet him halfway. I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with the 90K as long as I can get a contract. Lawrence says he's not that motivated. I agree. He's not that motivated, but I can still make money. You know what I mean? To be real with y'all, I would have accepted it at 5K. I know there's a lot of people that would say, well, if you're only going to make 4 or 5K, then don't move forward with the deal. But it's like, okay, like, I don't know. He says 5K is not a lot of money in real estate. Okay, let somebody steal 5K from you and you're going to say that's not a lot of money? Like, chill, bro. You're not the one buying the property. But he knows that. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw up this purchase agreement now. I'm not gonna lie, I will call this a successful live, y'all. Oh shoot. Bro, are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
Yo, my e-signature is still not working.
I've been here for hours.
Dang, bro.
I don't know. I just came in and tried to pick it up.
Dang. All right, y'all. Well,
Right.
I don't know how to. My e-signature is not working, y'all, so I can't send this contract right now.
See the boss?
See
all y'all boss.
So it looks like even.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been
Well,
here for hours.
I'm just gonna let him know. I'll call him later because I can't send the contract right now, y'all. My bad. This is frustrating. Dang, bro. Hmm. You know, oh, what if I just use the DocuSign? Hey, brother, I'm almost complete with the agreement. Bear with me. I'm about to send it out in just a sec. Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna go. I actually, yes, last night, because this happened to me last night, guys. I logged into a different. I logged into a different e-signature and I created another one. So all right, we're gonna add a recipient. This gentleman's name is Antoine. He gave me his email. Cherry on top, that's a go, yeah. Where you been? I wanna know, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm really. John says he's not that motivated. I agree. I don't think he's that motivated. What's that got to do with it? I'm not being facetious, but what's that got to do with it? I'm still making money. I don't care if he's motivated. Don't put too much emphasis on this whole motivation business, y'all. Put emphasis on, can I make money? Because he sounds motivated to me if he's willing to take a price that I can make money in. Or are we talking about two different things, guys? You know what I'm saying? Bro. Man, shoot. I can't do it on this one. I don't have the agreement. Carolina says non-refundable. I say non-refundable, Carolina, because I have a clause in there that says that the earnest money deposit will be deposited by my funding partner, and my funding partner is always non-refundable. So I'm not going to be depositing that $2,500. And I tell that to the buyers. So you to the sellers. You can go back yesterday. I did the same thing, and she was like, "Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, Antoine.
Yo.
Hey, my e-signature is giving me a little bit of trouble, and I'm not able to submit the purchase agreement right now. Would it be too late if I called you in a few minutes? That way I don't have you waiting here on the phone.
All right, yeah. Just hit me up.
Okay. I'll message you in a bit.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir. Bye. Dang, that's annoying, guys. Bad example, and that's completely on me, y'all. I hopped on this live and was not prepared with my e-signature. I didn't realize that it was still down, so that's 100% on me. What's the best e-signature? All the same, just preference. I mean, dot loop is totally fine. DocuSign work. They all work. They all work. Um, I'm just having trouble. I'm having trouble with mine because we use dot loop, and on dot loop, you only have a certain amount of loops that you can do. So then you have to upgrade it once you get a new one. Well, for some reason, it's not accepting my payment method, and so that's I need to call tech support. But I mean, they're all good. They're all good. Um, Louis says, "Love your philosophy about always making an offer. Not everyone thinks that way in this business." Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Um, yeah, 100%, bro. 100. But bro, I think that this is one of the reasons why we're able to lock up contracts and get so many deals through the pipeline. All right, check it out, y'all. It's 8:03. I'm gonna work on getting these contracts signed. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm super annoyed that I wasn't able to get that contract right now, and it's my fault. But what I'm gonna do really quick before we wrap up this live right now, I'm gonna work on getting that contract with Antoine. I'm gonna call our seller Lena back one more time, like I promised I was gonna do, just to see if we can at least get that one signed while we're on the live. Where you at? I wanna know, yeah. Papi Turo says, "These lives are the inspiration I need while I'm cold calling." Let's get it, bro. That's why we do it, bro. That's why we do it, family.
Please leave your message for Lena Home.
All right, she's not answering. I was just following up today as promised. As promised. Period. Are y'all able to review the purchase agreement with me this evening? All right, she didn't answer. Now, I will say, no bias. I legitimately feel this was an incredible live. Almost everybody answered the phone. We got a potential, well, I don't know if it was a verbal agreement, the first one, because she technically didn't agree to the number. But what she is asking will already be a $30,000 novation. But I made her the offer as a cash deal, and she didn't accept that. But she also said that she wasn't willing to move forward right now at all, and to follow up tomorrow. So great conversation. We have a verbal agreement on a $9,000 deal right now, and I'm not able to get the contract through my e-signature, so I'm about to make it happen right now. Bopley says on YouTube, "Is CC a sticker on your phone?" Haha, that's love. Yes, those of y'all that don't know, I have CC as a sticker on my phone. Real spill, fam, real spill. All right, I love you guys to death. I can't wait for tomorrow's live. It's going down. I'm really hype about the momentum that we have right now. It's really getting crazy at this point. We're just running circles, and yeah, that's the end of the live. If you're not home yet, drive safe. Love on your loved ones, because tomorrow's not promised. Brush your teeth, and for goodness sakes, don't slap nobody. Until next time, deuces.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. I did. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the scoop, baby, tell the facts. Don't be shy.